Hey guys, Dead Ned here, coming at you with a Pacific Rim review, and this is of the Neca Pacific Rim Hong Kong battle, I believe. Gypsy Danger. I got the paper right here. Give me a second. Yep, Hong Kong Brawl. Hong Kong Brawl, and yeah, let's keep this to the side for a second. Yeah, this gypsy, I love it a lot. I really do. There's just one thing that really worries me about this gypsy. And this is an issue of all fucking Neca shit. Like, early Neca shit I heard. Which this is my first Neca figgy. And this is probably... Unless I would somehow ever stumble across any other Neca Pacific Rim shit or the Rocky shit, this will probably be my only Neca Pacific Rim figgy. I heard Neca Pacific Rim shit and just early Neca shit as a whole is like holding a frag grenade. Not even a frag grenade, actually. It's like holding a nuke. Any second, any wrong move, it will explode. And this just gypsy, it's great, but it holds just a few small flaws of that. Which, yeah, let's zoom in really quick on that head. The head's cool. Like, that head, that head's pretty cool. That is, that's, there we go. Focus, fucking focus. That is gypsy. Like, that is Gypsy Danger. Which, that's the one thing you gotta give Neca. Like, for the most part, Neca knows what the fuck they're doing when it comes to, like, details and shit like that. And with the Pacific Rim shit, Neca did a very great job. Like, I'd love to have the Neca Cherno Alpha. And, Striker. Crimson is and Coyote would be sweet. But, yeah, going into the accessories, you get the sword, which can come out of the wrist. Then you get both a fisted and an open palm hand. Then, because they made a good few gypsies in this scale, because of all the gypsies that they did in this scale, for the 7-inch scale or whatever, this is the one that I wanted the most, personally, because, well, one, it comes with the ship. It comes with the ship that, in my opinion, you know, it's like, alright, give one of these Jaegers, you know, something like a ship. Because to us humans, realistically speaking, us humans in the real world, we were to go to a ship this size, this ship would be, like, fucking gigantic. But for, you know, the Jaegers, this shows that, hey, the Jaegers are fucking hulking beast compared to just shit that's just seemed as basic huge, like this ship here. And it really helps to show that, hey, this is meant to be a fucking monster of a fucking beast. Like, fuck. I love that accessory. Cause as we'll see with the pamphlet after I do articulation, They did a good few of them. This is probably my favorite from what I've seen. Outside of, well, the Anchorage Gypsy, which is from, like, the first damaged battle shit, which you're gonna see what I'm doing here for articulation. You can do that. This arms can go all the way around, but I'm not gonna. Whoa, can I? Can I? Yeah. Yeah, they can. I'm only using one limb for the whole, like, you know, articulation shit. Legs can, you know, bend fucking nice. Which Gypsy also, in, like, the Pacific Rim shit, for being a Mark III Jaeger, because, out of all the Jaegers, like, going on to, like, Pacific Rim Uprising 2, the head... Mine has a bit of a head issue, by the way, before we go back to what I was saying about the Jaegers. Like, because I got this as a Christmas gift, new in the package. The head is, like, super fucking stiff. In fact, it was so stiff from when I opened up the package, it was fused in place. And I had a bitch of a time just trying to get it unfused in place. So yeah, has the waist right here, that can do that, that can do that, this, that. But yeah, going in the back, because this just actually popped off again. Mine, which a little bit of super glue can fix this issue, no problem. Mine has that likes to come off, but I don't care because, like I said, outside like maybe occasionally like fucking around with it for shits and giggles, this is definitely just gonna chill on my shelf because it's definitely, like I said, it gives me sword fill out. Like just looking at that joint there. Like, looking at the leg joint there on the left leg, it definitely feels like a frag grenade. It definitely, like, it feels good. It does feel good. The quality feels great. It's definitely way better for a figure from, like, 2013, 2014. This is way better than the fucking Diamond Selects fucking, yeah, Diamond Selects fucking Bracer Phoenix, which just just rubber plastic. Why the fuck would you use rubber plastic as fucking joints? But like for like the details too. Oh fuck. Like that whole back, the legs, just again, Neca knows what the fuck they're doing with details, bro. And I love Neca because of that. I love Neca because of that, which again, I don't care. This is the only NECA figgy I own. I don't care for any other NECA shit outside of, like, say, oh, hey, maybe a few of the other fucking Jaegers from the Pacific Rim shit, and a few of the Rocky figgies, and maybe, like, a Predator, and that's it. But, going into this now, for a little bit of nostalgia. As you can see, Hong Kong Brawl Gypsy here. Interestingly enough, well, is that, no, oh, I thought that was battle damage. No, that's not. As you can see here, though, there's the, Tacit Ronin, which, I don't know how I feel about that Jaeger, not just as a figure from what I've seen in, like, videos from, like, Shartimus Prime, but just as a whole. I really don't know how I feel about that. Like, it's a Mark 1, right? It's a Mark 1. But just, Gypsy, right there, that's like the second overall best Gypsy Danger from NECA, in my opinion, from what I've seen in videos. And then Romeo Blue, which, that's, from what I've seen, ain't terrible. And then, here's this side, which is awesome. But, yeah, as I was saying, though, like, with Jaegers as a whole, right? About, like, the Mark IIIs. With Jaegers as a whole, and Pacific Rim, like, even up to the fucking black. Like, the Mark IIIs were the shit. Because, like, alright, yeah, the Mark VIs, they weren't awful, but they definitely weren't the best. Like, the Mark VIs, like, November Ajax was a fucking beast as a Mark VI Jaeger, right? But in November Ajax is literally just a policing Jaeger, pretty much. So, all November Ajax really had was just tasers and just pretty much melee brawling, and that's really it. But November Ajax was a beast. Then you got, you know, a fucking Gypsy Avenger, which was obviously a beast due to very obvious reasons that I'm not going to fucking point out. Then you also got, like, fucking, even though we didn't really see too much of Valor Omega was pretty much a beast too in the lore. Like, a lot of the Mark VIs were great. Saber Athena, she's technically a prototype of a Mark VII, I believe, but can also be considered a very late Model 6 Jaeger. Saber Athena's great now, but the problem with Saber Athena as a Jaeger is, well, she's built to be lightweight, right? She's built to be super fucking lightweight. But here's the problem. If you're building a Jaeger meant to be so fucking lightweight and speed and agile, you don't make it a melee fucking focused Jaeger. Like, if it was a more ranged focused kind of thing, you know, hey, that could work. but having Saber be pretty much a melee-focused Jaeger for how light she was, that was honestly a justified one-shot from the Mega Kaiju from the film. And honestly speaking, with how light Saber was, a Mega Kaiju probably wouldn't be like, a few Kaiju's levels lower than the Mega Kaiju could probably one-shot Saber, like a CAD 4 or a CAD 5. Or even maybe, depending on which kind of CAD 3, even a CAD 3 could probably one-shot Saber, just due to how fucking light that Jaeger frame is. Because I love Saber, right? I love Saber Athena, but Saber, she is fucking too light of a frame. And then you got the Mark IVs, which were okay. Like, the Mark IVs were okay. And the Mark IIs were, well, there's just no say in the Mark IIs because we never really saw that much of the fucking Mark IIs in Pacific Rim. And the Mark Is are, God tier. Cherno Alpha is definitely God tier of a Mark I. We love Cherno. But the problem with the Mark Is were, hey, you're 9 out of 10. If you survived as a Jaeger pilot of a Mark I Jaeger, you're gonna have 9 out of 10 to end up with some form of cancer. And yeah. And the Mark Vs too. The Mark Vs are great. Like, just most of the Mark Vs are great. But yeah, enough of that. Enough of that little just random tangent about Jaegers, which I might do a separate video just simping over different Jaegers. If you like this vid, like, comment, sub, all that, all that jazz, and take it easy, folks.